Okay, it's time for the final phase of the cook-off. This is, what you'll need is a cooker. You want a pot, and you want to have like you can use a mesh, or you can bend a coat hanger to hold the jug out of water. Basically the jug sits inside. You'll want to only fill the jug halfway, simply because it's going to boil up, and it's possibly going to boil over, and you don't want the whole jug full when that happens. So this way you have room to burn it off with a lighter. I'll show you how that works if it happens. So what you want to do is you want to fill it up right up to where the screen is before you turn it on. So just at this level of the screen, then you turn it on. Always have a fan handy. It can help keep things cool when it's boiling. When it's boiling, it's crazy. So now we just wait for this to heat up and water's in. Okay, so as this heats up, I just wanted to show you, like, the screen, you can get a roll of it for $20 to $30, and it's I think it's a 15-foot roll or a 20-foot roll, and basically I just cut sections out and then cut the square to match it to the pot that I need. Bigger, you cut bigger, and then you got to account for the denting of the metal, so you always give yourself extra few inches when you're going to make your cover. Basically that's all you have to do. Just use fencing cloth, it's called. So the water's heating up now. What we'll do is we'll put our vial in. So again, only fill a vial halfway, because it's going to boil. Sometimes it'll boil over if you haven't cooked all the alcohol out. And I have a spot set in mind where I can put that perfectly fits the round. I've used a pair of pliers and weaseled it in until it went round into one of the squares. So now we wait for it to heat up. This is actually done in the house. I prefer to do it outside because of the smell it leaves in the house. It's kind of a sickly sweet smell. But, you know, for those who don't mind it, you can cook it in the house. It's totally safe. There's no more flammable substances in there. It's just water boiling off the last of the ISO from the oil. Because you don't want to give it to the pet with the ISO in it, because it can be more of a danger to the liver and kidneys than a help. So you want to make sure that's cooked right out. And I'll show you how that's done. Okay, so it's going pretty good now. I'm going to turn the fan on just so you can see what's going on here. So what we do is you look inside with the flashlight, you can see it's boiling over. It'll bubble. And it will keep rising and rising. If it ever gets to the rim where the cap screws onto, you just pull it off and put a lighter to it, but I'll show you that when it happens. It looks like this is going to happen. You'll see it boiling inside if you look down here. So make sure you're either in a well-lit area or have a flashlight handy, so you can always keep an eye on it. If you don't want it boiling over, it'll totally just go in the water and go to waste. You definitely never want to get water in the jug, so you always keep the water level at about the halfway mark of the jug. If you do get water in it, it's no big deal. You'll just have to let it cool, dump the water out, or let it cook out the best way. Once the oil is expelled all the rest of the isopropanol, the water will cook right afterwards. I'm just trying to avoid that happening. Okay, so if it starts to bubble too much, just pull it off, put it down, and put a lighter to it. And what it'll do is it'll just kind of take the bubbles down. Don't heat it up too much, just enough to the bubbles evaporate once you hit the heat to it. And let it cool. Then you can put it back in. You don't want to drop it or tilt it because the oil will run out in this phase. Make sure you don't lose it. Once it's lost, it's lost. So always let it cook. Whenever the water starts to get low, past down below the shield, you'll want to just raise up a little bit above the shield. Don't come too far up the bottle. Like I say, you don't want it to bubble and get water into your bottle. So you want to keep an eye on it as it cooks. This process can take anywhere from 1 to 6 hours normally. So that's not abnormal if it takes normal. If it takes a bit longer, that's not odd. It just depends on the weed and how much ISO is left in it when you finish cooking. And then as you go, you'll learn to cook it better and better, and then pretty much get all the ISO out in that process in just the last day here. But you always have to do this because the ISO left in there could be a danger to your pets' liver and kidneys. Okay, so as you can see, there's still quite a bit of oil boiling. So you want to definitely make sure it's all, no more bubbles, no more nothing left until it's done. Okay, so now after a number of hours, about 4 hours, you can see down into it. And there's no bubbles left, nothing around the sides, it's all clean. Now, what we'll do is we'll pull it out, let it cool for a sec. And you can see up in the light, there's no bubbles left in it, it's all clear. That's the way you want it, that's your finished product right there.